This is Roger with the What's Not to Like YouTube channel. Today we're going to do an oil change, oil and filter change on a 2006 Ford Explorer. We're going to get started by rolling these up on some ramps so I can get underneath there. So the first thing you want to do after you get it up on ramps, make sure you're in park, put in your parking brake, and always like to make sure that it's not going to roll off. So put something, whether or not you want to put some bricks or in my case 2x4s will do fine, since it's pretty flat driveway. So always be safe when you're working. So before we get started and pull the drain plug downstairs, first thing you want to do is kind of let the air go through here. So go ahead and the oil filler cap, just go ahead and kind of loosen it up. Make sure that it breathes well, because you don't want it creating a vacuum in the engine where the oil doesn't run freely out to the drain pan down below. So I usually just take it off and sit it in a hole, just so it'll drain freely. If you're looking for something to lay on, all you got to do is go to the toilet paper department in Costco, and they always have extra cardboard around, so you can usually scrounge some of that stuff before you get started on it. It's best practice. Not everybody has big cardboard boxes laying around the house, so it's a good practice to have. So here we are underneath it. You guys can see drain pans right here, and then on the other side of the drain pan you can see where there's the actual nut that we need to take out. So it's going to bounce straight when it comes out. It's going to bounce straight off of that little reflector there and down into the actual catch pan that we have. So one thing you want to make sure is when you have your catch can, put the vent, open the vent up a little bit on the catch pan, so that so it doesn't bubble up and take forever to drain in there, because it might overflow if you don't open that up. So you got to put that little breather, pull that little breather piece up. So we're gonna go ahead and 13 millimeter. Well, here we're gonna take it off. So well, as it turns out, you're better off using like either a 13 millimeter wrench, or if you have one, a ratchet wrench would be better, because the whole socket assembly is not going to fit too well in there, and be able to get that plug off of there. So use a wrench. Went ahead and put that bolt back in, the drain plug. So 13 millimeters. I used a wrench to put it back in. I probably could have squeezed the socket on there once I got it toward the end, but that's all right. I was already committed to using the wrench, so same deal. You would have thought, I remember this when last time I did this car, that I couldn't use a socket on that, but when you do too many cars, I guess you forget. So if you're looking at the front of the car here, your oil filter is actually right down underneath here. So you guys can see it there, that black thing sitting there. It has its own drip edge on there, as you can see. Kind of comes all the way down from there. So all you got to do is make sure you get the oil catch right underneath there, so you don't create a huge mess. So so here's the so this is the old filter. What you want to do is get a little bit of oil from on your fingertip and actually put it on put it around the rubber grommet on the top, rubber seal. Obviously it keeps it from seizing when it goes halfway on. It's a good way to make sure you get a little bit all the way around, and you're good to go. So what I'm going to do is I got this sealed up now. I had the old one pulled off. I'm going to screw the new one on. All you got to do is make sure it's hand tight on there. Getting it off is a little bit of a pain in the neck. I use this wrench to get it off. I got it in a funky position up above it, because it only takes just a little bit of grip to be able to get it off. So you can use this, or you can get one that they custom make. for this size of oil filter. I can't remember how many flutes are on there, but there's one that you can buy at like any Advanced Auto or AutoZone or whatever it is, the custom ones. But I'm too cheap to buy one, so I just use this one. Put the oil in. Takes roughly 6 quarts, so we put in about 5.5 quarts, and we're just gonna back it off of the ramps and put this cap back on here. So let me just put this here. Make sure you get the cap back on it before you move the car or do anything. We'll back it off the ramp. I'm gonna check the dipstick here. Got 5.5, so. Yeah, it looks a little low. I probably want to put in the, yeah, it's just at that first dot there, so we'll add a little bit more oil. All right, we're gonna check it one more time. We just added a little bit in, like a 1/2 quart to get it up to 6 quarts. So let's check it again and see where it ends up. That looks good. It's over the mark, probably about halfway up, so good to go. Right about there. So that's pretty much it. Pretty easy change. So we went ahead and got that piece of it done, the oil part of it. Now I'm just going to run in real quick and start it up and then zero out the oil. You probably change it about every 5,000 miles since it's full synthetic. You don't have to wait much longer than that. Please tap like and subscribe. Thanks, and what's not to like?